Muy buenas tardes y bienvenidos a este programa de la Cámara de Comercio de Medley Presenta. So welcome and it's an honor to have you once again with us in this program. The Medley Chamber of Commerce presents. Today we are sort of like going to continue with the line of programs we have had about the first, the second, the third, and the fourth industrial revolution, where we came from and where we're at this moment. And because of that, we have a very important guest with us, a young person, because as we've been saying, we need to keep up with the times, and young people are the new times, so therefore we need to get involved with them, we need to know what they know, we need to use their expertise, which are no longer what we had, but in joining, in opening our minds and letting the new vision, the new understanding, the new knowledge infiltrate commerce. Well, this is the way we're going to go ahead. So we have Alejandro Silva with us. Thank you for being here.
How are you?
And he just came back from California.
Yes, yes.
Where basically you were educated in anything that has to do with media, contents, creations, industry. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So I graduated from USC in Los Angeles. I'm originally born and bred from Miami, specifically Hialeah, Florida. And
My kind of place.
So I studied there. I went over there. I started with Miami-Dade College, did my first 2 years there, and then I transferred over to USC, and then I studied in technically public relations and journalism, and I focused in media, content creation, digital marketing, because that's just the way we're going right now, and that's the most important part of any industry, whether it's industrial, whether it's entertainment, whether it's business, you need digital marketing for your team.
Well, I think even goes further. If I'm not mistaken, the last administration of the United States was the first one to effectively use media to really build their race upon.
Platform, correct. You're absolutely correct on that one. And even so today, our president uses Twitter, which he tweets just about everything he has in mind.
Yeah.
So he's letting everybody know on the spot what's going on, how he feels, what he's doing. And I think this is the future. This is the way we're going to go.
And as we've been saying before all these programs, the future is now. I think we're in a point in time that talking about the future is futile. We are in the future. We are living the future, and the future changes day by day because of the speed of everything around us.
You know, this is something that we've argued back and forth, and we've lived in a time set that we've gone through so many changes. Us folks that are young, like we are, that have lived since the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and we have seen all these changes come about in such a fast progression, but yet today it's going 3 times as fast as everything that we were
Because
witnessing.
the way technology is moving, there's very, very minimal boundaries anymore, and everything just goes. It's fast. What took a scientist maybe a month, 2 months to perfect an equation now happens in minutes. We were discussing, I think it was you, the name yesterday. You heard a commentary.
There was a comment made yesterday in the news where, and we're talking about cases that attorneys will take approximately anywhere from between 2 to 3 months to put together and solve. A robot, computerized, can put it together in a matter of minutes.
We're in a digital revolution, definitely. As a matter of fact, speaking about law, there's apps that can send different attorneys to different courts in an instant. There's now robots can do physical therapy.
Exactly.
The digital revolution is very present. We started, I would say about 5 years ago, we made a major moves in the digital era, and today, presently, we're constantly evolving. And digital hubs are rising in every part of the country in the United States to kind of, push forward this movement.
Yeah, I was last night. I was spending some time with the grandchildren, and the oldest of the youngest if that makes any sense. The oldest or the youngest, who was 12 years old, was playing games. So I went up to his room and said, "What are you doing?" "He's playing games." I said, "Really?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Put that on hold for a second. Come here." And I started going through YouTube and showing them the clips from Sophia, the clips from personal drones, the clips from the what we had on the show about the truck that did the
Exactly.
delivery without a driver. And oddly enough, he looks at me. Guess what his comment was?
Yeah.
"Where have I been?"
That's
And
a
I
sad
said,
thing.
"You've been playing games,
That's a sad thing.
and this is where you should be."
Exactly, you know, and.
Do you
and-
have Amazon now delivering via drone?
Yes,
In instant. Okay.
Yes.
Before, a package that can take you up to a week or two to receive, you can receive in an hour.
Exactly. It's it's a shame to see people our age saying, it's not
It's
going to
not gonna
happen.
happen,
It's
and-
happening. What do
Yeah.
you mean it's not going to happen? It is happening right now.
I've actually, it's great that, we're in a progressive environment at the moment, because it's very important to, go and be open to this revolution, because it really makes life easier. I think technology can be a double-edged sword, but there's a lot of people that are very cautious and don't reap in the benefits of this technological revolution. And digital marketing is, can help any business. The digital world and the technology that we're facing now can make major moves in diseases, in specialties, and any cause that you need. So I think it's very important to not let it consume your life, but definitely accept it and use it for its
Use
benefit.
it. Well, there's a book
Yeah.
that followed another book, and the first book is known by most of the people our age, which is it was Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
the Seagull.
And then the same writer, Richard Bach, wrote a book called Illusions. And very few people know about that one. But there's a quote on that book that says, "Perspective, use it or lose it." And it's exactly what you're talking about. Do I use it, or I just lose the chance
Absolutely.
I could have in doing this, in reaching masses with just the press of a button? That's it. A digital button for that.
Yeah.
The thing is that fear has an ability to limit individuals, and I think the fear of technology has limited people from the full capacity that they can use this technology for. The fear of the unknown, per se.
Exactly.
So I think once you take a chance, there's so many different resources that we have that you can learn how to use this different technology, whether it's an iPad, whether it's an Android, whether it's, a drone. There's so many different resources now with YouTube specifically that you can learn how to use any kind of device, and you could really immerse yourself. Even me, I recently finished school, and I had to do a project with video editing software that I hadn't really used in a while. And just going on YouTube, I learned how to do different classes and different things that are completely free. So it's open to everyone. There's bilingual content. There's all types of resources that you can find online.
Yeah, and any product that comes up to the market, there's a slew of people that their solemn job is go on YouTube and get the packages. Well, here's the package. I'm opening up the package. This is what you find in the package.
Unboxing,
And then
yeah.
they break down each and every step of what you're going to use.
Absolutely.
So, why you're not doing this, I have no idea.
And people influencers have been able to make mass amount of money just on the digital spectrum of the digital landscape. Whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, influencers have been able to work from home, just posting and doing different kind of brand partnerships with whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, and with other brands. They go do this and then they make money from this. So just from that, anyone can make money right now, sitting at their house being an influencer. Just posting their lifestyle, because people want relatability. People want to look up to someone that looks and sounds just like them as well. So if you find someone, whether it's a Miami local, a Medley local, whether it's an LA local, whatever it is, and you find someone that resonates with you, you have potential to make money, because people want to get new ideas from other people, and the digital landscape provides that.
And ideas. I mean, I've seen a bunch of videos in YouTube that is hack this, hack that, hack the other thing, and it's amazing the things you can build out of things you throw away.
You can make a business out of that.
And people are making a business out of it, because they're posting it on the media, as you said.
Exactly.
And they're influencing other people. It says, "Oh God, I had to go out and this guy was making it right here. I could have done the same thing."
Absolutely.
So from that moment on in, you know what's gonna happen. Every time they wanna do something, they're gonna go on that channel. And they're gonna see if there's anything, and if it's not, what they do is they leave a message, and that person will look into it and get back with the answer. So it's, you know, why wouldn't use it? Well, like you said, people are afraid of the unknown, and this is not the way to be.
No. And going backwards also, we gotta find a way of tapping the industry to let the school board, and I'm assuming that, yes, they know about these things, and I'm assuming that they have to have some grounds to teach kids nowadays of what the future is gonna be like. In essence, one of the videos that we showed in our programs, it shows what the auto industry is looking like today.
Yeah. From the
Okay.
inside out, and people do not know.
There's not many people building cars anymore.
No.
Well-
Not only that, it's just that it's machineries that are doing it. Now, when you come to think about something of that nature, who builds those machines? Who puts those machines together that can build these cars? That's where we gotta
Great
put our
minds.
kids thinking. You know?
Exactly. Well, as I was telling my grandson yesterday, thank God he got honor roll in all his classes.
Good.
But his favorite class is mathematics.
That's awesome.
And I said, you know, this is what you should really focus on, your mathematics and anything that deals with it, because computers work on mathematics, robots work on mathematics, everything works on it.
Language, that's the
So
language of
that's,
the future.
and it's an unmistakable language. If you have an equation, you don't wonder whether that should have been here or not, unless you wanna make it different. Then you wanna change something, but otherwise, as you see it, you reproduce
read it, that's right.
and there's no mistakes. Where if I send a letter out, somebody's gonna read it, another person's gonna read it, and that two people are gonna have a complete different
Change of thoughts, of course.
change of thoughts because of the same thing that was written, because it's space to be interpreted. Where in those languages, which is mechanics, coding, there's no errors. Whatever is here is here. That's it. That's the way it works.
And there's a plethora of resources. This science and this math gives so many people different opportunities in the health industries, in the tech industry, in the business industry, and they give them the opportunity to grow and to learn in a different way.
And that's where people like you fit in. That's it. And right now, a lot of companies, for some odd reason, are neglecting the knowledge that we need people like you to come in and say, okay, this is what you do, but we can make this better by doing this, that, and changing. And
Absolutely. I recently graduated. I'm from here, and I had great opportunities in both LA and New York to go work there, but there's no place like home, so I wanted to return to Miami. And
This is home.
This is home, and I'm proud to be from here. But the dilemma I face in Miami's industries, and their business industries, their entertainment industries, their tech industries, is that a lot of industries are fearful of young and tech, because it scares them to go into this new revolution, and they're so accustomed to this. And we need to kind of progress in Miami, because Miami has a potential to be one of the biggest cities in the world.
well, take our town. Our town has 1,200 residents. Yet we have, right now, we're pushing 2,010 industries. So where are we? You know, we're the engine that moves Miami around. Yeah, there's industries in other cities, don't get me wrong,
Absolutely.
but not like this city. So there's only one way this city can go, and that's up. Because more people are gonna come in, the industries are gonna produce more. We done changes, as we said in this program, in zoning, that would allow it for industries to grow vertical.
Absolutely.
Which is, you know, the one way to go. So,
And major markets. Where is Medley located? Medley is located in the city of Miami. What is South Florida known for? It's huge Latin American populations, correct? Big tech companies are looking to open digital hubs that can cater to Latin American markets in the United States and in South America. So there's different tech companies that are opening in South Florida, but they should open in a place like Medley, because the opportunities that they have to build vertically and to build studios, to build warehouses, to build different things.
exactly, you can use each level accordingly. I mean, let's say somebody decides they're gonna build motherboards. You don't have to build motherboards at ground level. You can build them in the 10th floor, because There's small packages that are gonna go down on the elevator, and we have the technology. And then the next floor can be done, to build monitors or whatever, you know, our thought is to include also apartments on the same buildings, so the workers don't have to commute.
And the other thing is that, for example, major tech hubs have been seen around the country, whether it's Silicon Valley, Denver, Austin, Texas. These small cities and these cities are evolving into becoming major tech hubs. South Florida needs that right now.
We don't have it.
We don't have
We
it.
don't
here.
have it,
And
so-
and like I said earlier, we are the home to some of the biggest Latin American populations in the United States. We are the
Exactly.
hub. So it would cater-
Everybody comes here to buy things,
Exactly.
period.
And we're a major tourism hub in the United States as well. So that we're a tourism hub, we're a Latin American hub. And Latin American, if you look, there's different stats, but let's specifically go into television. In Netflix, the Latin American shows that you see, whether they're Spanish, whether they're in Spanish, whether they're Colombian, etc., they're some of the highest rated TV shows. Why? Because Latin American audiences are loyal. So Latin American buyers are loyal as well.
Exactly.
So digital companies, television companies are starting to move in that direction and trying to see the industry. Netflix is opening a hub in Madrid because they want to cater to this Latin American market. So tech companies are considering coming to where? South Florida, but they need to look at different areas in South Florida, specifically Medley, that can give them different opportunities to do so.
And in your field, I am sure there's also a point in time and vision, now that you mentioned Netflix, where you see a blank spot that can be filled within the same industry. Something that the industry was not thinking of doing, yet we have this open space that something can be created. Netflix, as we all know, was the guilty party of knocking down, what was the people that rented the movies that they've
Hang on.
Blockbuster?
Blockbusters. And
Yeah.
why did it? Because Blockbuster, you had to go, you had to walk, you had to look at what was available, not what you wanted to see. You had to rent it, you had to go home, you had to bring it back, and if you were late,
You got a late fee.
you got a late fee. So Netflix did the opposite, pay me a minimal amount of, what is it, 12, 13
Netflix,
bucks,
so
whatever.
Netflix has had has been ahead of the curve consistently. Netflix started out by sending people out DVDs when DVDs were still a thing. So they were in competition with Blockbuster, Redbox, etc. And they were ahead of the curve by sending out DVDs to people, so people didn't have to get out of their house. They would mail them to you. Then the next step was to go into the digital landscape, which they were again ahead of the curve in, where Blockbuster, Redbox, and everyone missed the mark. So they sent out, then you could start renting movies on the Netflix portal online. Then Netflix allowed you for a premium, which it has consistently increased with the times and the usage, because that there's a cost with more people using the
Correct.
platform. So then they have it digital. What did they create? So first they did the mailing of the DVDs. Then they went and started allowed you to rent them online. What was the next thing? Binge watching. Nobody wanted to watch an episode each week and wait. Someone wanted to watch other episodes at once
Right.
without commercials. Okay? So Netflix was ahead of the curve. and-
Guilty.
Exactly.
That's a-
So, we've all had those moments that you find a good show on Netflix, you watch it, and you're hooked on the the episode, and you keep
Exactly.
watching, and you stay up all night to finish the show.
That's true.
So it happens to the best of us.
And I saw a series that I'm sure there's going to be a follow-up. Some people say there's not going to be a follow-up. And the one thing that caught my attention is Within, which was about a life of a president, actually, where this kid came in during the campaign, and somebody says, "Well, what do you do?" "Oh, no, I've been watching all the stuff you post on social media. Why don't you come and work for the campaign?" And the kid following the president around with his phone was actually the one that turned the campaign over because of his efforts, just with the phone.
Absolutely. Now technology allows for that. You can film anything from your iPhone, from your iPad, from anything, and it's professional content. You can even edit it right there and stream it and put it on within an hour.
As I remember, you remember, cars. We went out to buy a car, we were looking for muscle,
That's right.
size of the engine, right?
Power.
Now, if you look at car advertising, what do they talk about? The technology within the car. The
Exactly.
rest is oblivious. They don't care. They don't care. It's what technology is involved in the car.
And this technology has allowed for cars to be more fuel efficient, has allowed for cars to have, now the standard in every car is backup cameras, Bluetooth, wireless, right? There's gonna be another revolution where cars have, well, it's once considered luxury as standard. Now cars are more environmentally friendly as well. This technology is allotting for these opportunities in different industries. We talked about digital, we talked about television, we're talking about cars, we're talking about business. And going back to Netflix, they also changed the revolution with one more thing. What did they start doing once they started having the binge watching? They started producing their own original content. Because you have to, and I only reference this as a point, that you have to keep going, you have to keep evolving in this industry.
Exactly.
You
You
can't
cannot-
just
you
stay,
cannot
you can't
stay
plateau,
put,
you have to
right.
keep pushing and you have to take a risk. And the risk,
And I'm sorry, this is where people like you come in.
thank you.
That's gotta be your idea. We won't come up with
No.
it.
It takes people like me to have the idea, but it takes people like you to be able to be willing and accepting
Exactly.
and open to the idea.
Exactly.
Because if the fear can limit you, but if we have all these fresh ideas, but we're not putting them into
It does-
perspective, it's a waste.
Wasting time, because
And
by
time
the
is money.
time I agree to the idea is long gone, somebody else is doing it.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
To jump on it.
I was reading some excerpts from some books, and one of them talked about just that you come in and you said, look, this has worked, but this is what's happening, we should do it this way, that way. And then I meet with him and says, you know, this is what is being presented. What do you think? Oh, come on, you know, it's working fine. It hasn't changed. Let's not reinvent the wheel. Well, this is the years where we are continuously reinventing the wheel. And if we don't,
We're gonna get left behind.
We'll get left behind. That's about it.
You know, and again, me being the youngest of the group,
Here we go again.
one of my favorite coaches was Vince Lombardi. And Vince Lombardi's path was, if the run works, why pass? Nowadays, if you watch a football game, you better have all your equipment set and ready to go. You can't fall on the line that says, if the run works, why pass? You gotta pass, you gotta run, you gotta sidestep, you gotta do everything. So we're moving at such a fast pace that we gotta keep up with the times, but yet stay ahead of the times at the same time, which is something
You
that
have to,
really.
and I think the most important thing that we talked about is being open to this movement. I think that the
Yeah.
limitations of technology and that graduates and the millennials and Generation Z are facing is that, you know, we're new to the workforce and to the industries, and we have all these great ideas that we can put into perspective, but the current leaders in these spaces are their fear and their limitations are not allowing for these ideas to be put into perspective. So I think it's very important to have this openness to this technology, to this ideas, to the marketing, to the ideas that we bring to the table, because they're fresh and they can bring a lot of changes that are effective.
And on that token, I want to welcome you to the Chamber of Commerce and put in your hands, okay? Media, contents, that direction is yours. And to those that are watching, as he said, he just made it back home, and his ideas are great. His work, believe me, I have his resume on hand, and his work and done work with, let's see, Rock Nation, Fox Sports, Telemundo, NBC Entertainment, Dimelo, Universal Music Latin Entertainment. This is all while in school. So there's experience backing up the knowledge. So if anybody's interested for his services, please write us at info@medleychamber.org. And we'll get you in contact with Alejandro, and hopefully we might be able to keep him ourselves, but that's in the near future, 100%. But anyhow, please keep it in mind, this is what we need to do. Us, you, everybody. So you wanna give him
Yes,
your
so
number?
you can reach out to me via text, via iMessage at 305-812-9387. I do all sorts of consulting, whether it's content creation, video production, digital marketing. I can consult your business and kind of help you.
Repeat your phone again slowly.
Okay.
Slowly.
So the phone number is 305-812-9387, and I can help you with whether it's digital marketing, helping you grow your business in this landscape, and really take off. And it's video production, digital marketing, all kinds of stuff that we need to be open to. So
And we're gonna put this to the test. So we're gonna be able to guarantee the results. We are getting an average of about 1,200 views per show. So now it's gonna fall in his hands. And
Exactly.
see how we change that and increment it and what kind of feedback we get from our shows. So it would also carry our letter of recommendation always.
Well, Alejandro is gonna be putting us in Instagram, he's gonna be facing us up to all the latest fashions that we can really fit into. Our videographer is on vacation now as we speak.
Yes, that's why we are using the background we're using. As you can see, we're not at the studio. So, but this will change quickly.
Hey, watch us, watch us, watch
This
out.
will change, and then he will, now we have 3 Al's with us, so we're gonna be calling them A1, A2, and A3. But you will see the changes and the difference in what's going on, because he will guide us with all his new understanding of how
Absolutely.
media works and
And
what a show should contain and so on.
And definitely, you know, I think that Miami is such a beautiful landscape, and it's an honor to come here and to be able to help, you know, the city that gave me so much, and be able to help it grow as well, you know, and I think it's important to do so, and I'm happy to work in partnership and help.
And happy for you to be here.
And help this team grow and, you know, show all the great work that we're able to do here.
Now, before I welcome you aboard, what made you come back was La Croquetas or what?
La croqueta and el cafecito, it's very important to do the combo of both. I miss those in LA.
I think even though LA is next to water, within our genetic memory, we're all islanders.
Yes, we are.
So we have
Yes,
to
are.
be in something that resembles an island. We have coast on both sides. We have the wind blowing through. We have green. We have blue, and obviously.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Every time when I was in LA, every time I'd visit Miami, the feeling I would get when I landed in the Miami International Airport was unlike any other. The people talking, the culture, the vibrancy. So there's nothing like here, like home.
Okay, well, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks
Thank you.
again.
I'm excited
Happy
to
to
be
have you
here.
here. And we'll be working together, and he'll be coming up sometimes in the show and giving them tips.
I'd love to
about
come.
what could be done and what could be changed. How's that?
Absolutely.
Got it?
I'm here for
Well, again, thank you for being with us, and let us know your comments. Let us know if you have any topics or any ideas that you will have want us to bring up in the show and talk about it and give you answers. We will look for them, and that's it. We'll be next week.
Yes, but in the future, be in the lookout, because we're gonna have a tip of the week that's gonna be coming from the police department in
Correct.
Medley.
Correct.
So that's gonna be interesting.
That's going to be a very good tip, because, as a matter of fact, before we say goodbye, 100%, we got some people interested in the police officers going to their business and doing the assessment of
Yes.
safety, but unfortunately, some of those people are not from Medley. And in order for the police department to be able to visit those people and do that assessment, they will have to request permission from the local police department of the area these people are located in. So we run into a little snag there. It's just respect. That's the way it's got to be done. So for those who have asked, this is my answer. I already checked, and this is what going on. You still want to do this? Then you need to call us directly, and we will go ahead and try to figure out how this can be done and how it would transpire, whichever way it's got to be done. We will try. That's all we have to say. So thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next week. Next week we're bringing in Mr. Pedro Garcia, right?
Yes, indeed. I think it's next week. I'm not sure if Alejandro's back.
Maybe
it's-
the
I think
week
it's the
ahead of
after.
that.
Right.
And he will be talking about all the taxes and how the tax roll on the properties go, and what things you can do when you receive this information and you do not agree with the taxes that will be imposed on you, to call his office and so on. Very
Exactly.
interesting. So we'll see you then. Have a great week.